Hi, everybody. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripe Color, and this is the reading for the weekly reading for the collective. The week being December 28th through November 28th through December 5th. I feel like it's December already. Anyway, please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. I offer private readings. I also offer IET, which is a healing modality which can help you to move energy. I have a lovely website, ripecolor.com, where I have textiles, t-shirts, etc. available. Please visit. And the weekly readings for all the signs is available with membership. It's $2.99 a month. Those are already up, and I might start doing the December ones today. I'm not really sure, or I might start tomorrow, and I'll have December monthly readings for all signs, and that'll be for everyone. All right, and I might even do a solar eclipse one. I'll see. I don't know if I have time. Okay. Let's see what's going on. So I've done all the 12 signs already. And look, the way the energy feels is like this is the beginning of the new year. It feels like the 2022 energy is already coming through. Feels like, you know how at the end of the year, ideally, you sit and you contemplate what happened over the past year. Where could I have done better? Where did I do really well? What's working? What will I continue? What will I let go of? La, la, la. I feel like that's the energy. It feels like the energy feels like people are letting go of things that don't work and picking up new things that will work, or, they hope will work, or like that. So it really feels like this is almost an early 2022 reading, honestly. And it was true of all 12 signs. Very, very, very odd. Because usually when I do the 12, sometimes like all the air signs have a certain energy, or all the water or whatever. And I don't know. It was just across the board. Okay. Here we go. I feel like everything's moving. Oh, everything's moving. Yeah, well, wow. So we begin with death. Fantastic. Okay, here we go. This is really interesting. So we begin with death. So this is about a major transformation, right? Something dying and something else being born. That's basically what's going on here. So one thing dies and it feeds the thing that's being born, right? Like if you watch a lot of nature documentaries. And then we have the four. So the four is stability. This is, this is the card of the miser, and he's very frugal, and he's very smart with his money, and he's very smart with his time, and he's very smart with his security. And there's an energy here of him, picking up a microscope, well, like that, and really, really looking at the detail. There's that energy, right? Of where am I putting all my energy? Is this, am I getting back from it what I'm putting into it? My physical energy. So my physical energy, my money, my job, where I live, because when pentacles come up, pentacles are really this plane. It's this plane. It's not floating around. And then we get judgment, and judgment is a great card. So judgment, first of all, there's a lot going on in this card. And by the way, the death card, people like, oh, if you watch those really bad movies, they play the music. The sun is rising. The sun is rising. Sometimes, something has to die so that something else can live. It's as simple as that. And the thing is, the thing that died actually feeds the thing that lived. That's the thing about it, right? Because it's a transformation, right? It's a transformation of energy. So that energy doesn't really die, it transforms. Okay. And then we have judgment. So judgment is really interesting. First of all, it's Gabriel, it's messages, it's intuition. That's first off. And, it combines this plane and the spiritual plane, right? Because you have the horizontal and the vertical. The cross is a symbol. It's very ancient, and it's much deeper than just Christianity, right? It just is. It's, right? This crossing of energy, the Maya. It's also the symbol of the earth. The symbol of the earth is a circle with a cross in it. It's the union, right? It's the latitude and the longitude. It's everything. The thing about judgment is this is also kind of being reborn. This is kind of being reborn. This is being reborn, because I feel with the judgment card, it's like your judgment is clearer because you have experience, because you've really it's one thing to have an experience. It's another thing to have an experience and to learn something from it. And that's what's going on in this card. There's an experience that you had that you learned something from, and because you learned something from it and took it into yourself, on all levels, through that, you're reborn. Through that, it's like, oh, okay, I really understand this energy now, and I know how it works, how it doesn't work, how it could work better, and I've ingested it, basically, and now it's part of me, and so I'm anew, and I can move forward into a new life. Really interesting. Okay, that's to begin with. We want to see my whole hat, don't we? I hate those mannequins that they cut off their head. It's like, what are you doing? I used to do window display for a long time, actually. 1, 2. Wow, there's a lot going on. Okay. Then we get the lovely lady in the garden, who's also intuitive, who, has built something for herself. She's a little bit isolated, though. There's a little bit isolation here. But the thing is like she built her own little world, right? And she's very comfortable, and she's very comfortable here, and she's very, she's enjoying it. This is about gain. This is about attainment of like physical things. And then we get an ace. So, and it sits right underneath here. So it's almost like this gift. It's almost like this. I always feel like the aces, because there's these hands coming out of the ether. It's almost like a gift from the universe. A new idea or a new concept, or it's all new. It's an ace. So all of them are new, and it's almost like, no, there you are walking down the street, and this idea comes, or this gift comes, or or you bump into somebody that that you were supposed to bump into, or like that. A lot of birds. They're very quiet, but there are a lot of them. And the path is clear. And then it goes on and on. We get the Tower. So the Tower is really a karmic card. So the Tower is almost like the universe, or your oversoul, or your higher self coming in and saying, this doesn't work anymore, and we're destroying it so that it'll force you to move forward. It's like, oh, you didn't get the job, or you lost the job, or whatever. And as it's happening, it's like, like a disaster movie. And it's just the middle of the movie. It's the climax of the movie is what it is, right? It's the climax of the movie. And what happens after the Tower is new seeds are planted, because it's a little bit like this in a way. Because out of that chaos and out of that disruption, it's kind of like what we're all living through. It's like, okay, well, what can I do? For like, I didn't get really, I had a YouTube station before, but I didn't get really serious about it until like I had nothing else to do. So it was sort of the tower. It was like, I gotta, you know, say, hey, I'm here. So basically, that's what happened. Okay. Then we have the sun. I mean, this is really incredible reading. It's like going here and here and here and here and here. So the sun is one of the most benefic in the entire deck. It's about nourishment. It's about encouragement. It's about seeing things clearly. It's about abundance. I always feel like this is nourishment, like there's a spiritual nourishment going on in this card. It's like the rays of the sun come down and feed us, with vitamin D, and helps the plants grow, and it's clear and it's full. And I also feel like, and I've been talking about this a little bit, I feel like we're all getting so much like information intuitively and sort of in our bodies. And I feel like it's almost like these cosmic beams coming down. That's what's going on. Whether you're aware of it or not, I think that's really what's going on. Yeah, and you're done with fighting. This is a weird card, but this is also a change in the way of thinking. This could be, as simple as, I think I'm going to read it like that. It's as simple as a change in the way of thinking. So what happened here is, it's almost like the Peloponnesian War, right? Like Sparta and Athens, they had nothing in common, but when the Persians came, it was like, I don't like you, you don't like me, but we do speak the same language, we do sort of have the same gods, and we better like combine forces to beat them off. And they all agreed for a time. But now that the battle's over, it's sort of like, well, okay, I'm going my way, you go yours, right? We came together. But so it's a change in the way of thinking, because it's a 5. So, maybe the change in the way of thinking comes from your clarity, right? Maybe the change in the way you're thinking comes from lessons learned, comes from a new path being, put in front of you, comes from looking really carefully at what makes you secure. The card of the past. This is a weird card. This is a weird card, man. I just think this is just weird. So this is memory. Really, it's the card of memory. And I was just talking about it the other day. I have a memory of this, I have a memory of that. And then you talk to your friend and they're like, oh no, that's not how it went down. It went down like this. We all have our own memories, our own personal memories, So, there's a sweetness to this card, but there's also a melancholy. It's like, oh, things were so much better before. And I kind of wish things were the way they were before. That's nice. That's nice. Oh, I wish I were 12 years old again. Well, that's nice, but you're not. Things move, things evolve, things change. Now, I think if you have something sweet from the past that you want to bring forward, and it's fuel for you to move forward, I think that's great. But there's also a danger of, oh, everything used to be so wonderful and perfect, and now it's not. Get a little weird. Take responsibility. It's like, instead of sitting and wishing and hoping things were the way they were, it's like, get with the program, take responsibility, see what's up around you, and move forward with it in a practical, nurturing way. This is the fantasy of a fairy tale. This is the fairy tale. I think that the deeper, and I think I said this also for the, when I had up a thing, a video for the season, for the fall, and I was talking about our security coming from a sense of community, not necessarily a sense of you know, oh, well, I have this much money, so I'm secure, or I have this job, or I'm so secure, or la, la, la. It's more, I feel like a sense of the love that I have around, the love and the abundance of love that's there. I feel like that is more, it's more fertile ground, let's say. That everyone's intuition's coming up, like everyone's coming. And okay, and I'm going to end on her. So she's fascinating. First of all, she's a 2, so she's a choice. She's a choice between the dark and the light. She's the choice between the past and the future. She's also, this is really Isis, and it's about dreams. It's about daydreams. This is about mystery, like a mystery being revealed or being hidden. It could be both. The interesting thing about her is that this is Isis, right? These are the pomegranates, right? Fertility, bull. You know, it's got it all going on here. Without Isis, there's no Egyptian pantheon. You know, Osiris is chopped into a million pieces. It's a long story, and that she's his wife / sister, and she tries to find all the pieces to put them together. She can't find his sex organ, and so she makes one. She sits on it and has a child. So she really understands creation out of the mystery. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. We're receiving the mystery. We don't really know how to put it together, but you sort of put it together. I was watching that thing last night, the Great British, whatever, baking. And so the last technical challenge, there are 2 instructions. And it's like, no, you're going to have to kind of rely on your intuition, on your experience in order to make something, right? And, you know, none of them really hit it exact, but they all like kind of had the general idea. So I think that's what it's about. I think it's about like, I don't really quite know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to, you know, take responsibility, you know, be practical and sort of move forward, you know, instead of, oh, if things were the way they were, they're not. They're not. It's a whole new world, and we have to be new people in the new world. That's the challenge. But there's clarity here. There's a change in the way of thinking. The path can become clear. An opportunity for abundance. Your intuition is strong, strong, strong. Something had to die in order for something else to live. That is a very interesting energy for the month of December for all of us. And if you want to see the, if you want to see your sign, it's available for members, $2.99 a month. And I do private readings, and I do IET, and I have really, really great t-shirt. I bet hopefully there are some t-shirts that have to be washed, and then I'll retake the photos, and bandanas. So those are really, you know, very affordable Christmas presents, or, you know, just a present for yourself because it's, you know, fall and I want something new to wear. Scarves and etc. All right. Blessings to you. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon.